An American man charged in connection with that multi-million-dollar Bimini drug bust. Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner calls the rise in unemployment disturbing. Lots of changes to this year's Junkanoo parades, plus tips to be safe this holiday season. We've got those stories and more tonight. I'm Kyle Joaquin, and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, an American man has been charged in connection with that drug bust in North Bimini yesterday. Commander of the Drug Enforcement Unit Samuel Butler confirmed that the drugs were valued at millions of dollars, and officers are close to stopping a drug trafficking ring in the Family Islands. Simone Davis reports.
Butler said police acted on intelligence and led a team into North Bimini, where they discovered a 62-foot yacht containing 580 kilos and 14,049.
Drug enforcement led a team also consisting of Orbad mission personnel from the DEA into North Bimini, where we conducted a search of a 62-foot yacht. There was one occupant on board.
Butler noted that the street value of the drugs found was more than $10 million. He also said police believe this major drug bust is connected to a major drug trafficking ring that they've been targeting for quite some time.
The search revealed some 580 kilos of cocaine with a street value of some $11 million. We're still early in our investigation, and we believe that our investigation would lead us to break through to a major drug trafficking ring, a break that we are looking for and we have been looking at for quite some time.
He said the drugs were allegedly coming out of South America and the voyage was to enter the United States of America.
41-year-old Jose Diaz was arrested yesterday and arraigned in magistrate's court this afternoon before Magistrate Andrew Forbes. Diaz is an American of Miami, Florida, and was charged with 4 counts.
Conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, conspiracy to import dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, the importation of dangerous drugs, and possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. He pleaded not guilty to all counts and was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections and is set to return to court on March 15th and 16th for his trial. Butler noted that this incident occurred in one of the hot spots for drug trafficking on the Family Islands and has probed them to seek out other hot spots to stop drug trafficking in the Bahamian borders.
Well, we're consistent in going after our hot spots in the Family Islands. We feel good about the intelligence. We feel good about the persons on the ground who continue, citizens of the ground, who continue to feed us information. And we definitely respond to all of our information we receive, one way or the other, generated into intelligence. And once we recognize that our interdiction is ready, we send our troops out. And as we've reported all year, very good successes.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.
The nation's growing unemployment rate is disturbing, according to Long Island MP and Shadow Minister of Labor Loretta Butler Turner, who said today it's going to be a very bleak Christmas for the thousands of Bahamians without jobs. Butler Turner charged that rising unemployment is contributing to the nation's crime rate, and she blasted government for its archaic way of thinking when it comes to job creation. Dana Smith reports.
Butler Turner said the latest unemployment figures do not paint a very good picture of the country moving forward for 2016, and she drew a correlation between rising unemployment and high levels of crime.
This is a very, very bleak Christmas for the thousands of Bahamians that are affected by these huge unemployment figures. And from the information that I've been able to disaggregate and analyze, while the overall country number is at 14.8, New Providence is actually well above 15% in terms of unemployment. New Providence makes up the lion's share of our population. This does not make for a very good picture moving forward into 2016, having this large number of individuals out of work.
The Long Island MP said the many social ills of the nation can be direct. The Long Island MP said the many social ills of the nation can be direct.
Place all of the social ills that we see today with lack of employment opportunities, which seems to cause crime to swell. I lay those all at the feet of an incompetent, out of touch, outdated mode of governance, which is led by none other than Perry Gladstone Christie.
With police reporting a spree of armed robberies in recent weeks and the murder count now at a record rate, Butler Turner noted science has already drawn connections between high unemployment and high crime.
Scientifically, people have always correlated the fact that if people have no work, have no means of feeding their families, taking care of their families, while it's no excuse for crime, at the end of the day, that is essentially what happens. People do, in fact, turn to the only way they imagine they can make ends meet. And unfortunately, in our society, that translates to a life of crime. So not only are the criminals out there wreaking havoc on our society, but you also have a society that is living in absolute fear.
She took particular issue with the high levels of unemployment among women and young people. She noted although men make up a higher percentage of the labor force, women outpace men when it comes to unemployment. She added the Christie administration promised it would create jobs and empower young people through job opportunities, but none of that has happened.
So the largest demographic that the PLP played to, lied to, deceived during the run-up to the 2012 elections, they're the ones that are hurting the most currently. And as we go into this Christmas season, it is a sad indictment on a government that is totally devoid of having answers to deal with crime and unemployment.
Officials at the Department of Statistics pointed to Baha Mar as a contributing factor to unemployment, and Butler Turner agreed, charging that Prime Minister Perry Christie destroyed the Baha Mar project, and the PLP government continues to fall back on its archaic and default position when it comes to job creation.
Their old default position is to say, yes, we have some FDIs that are going to bring more jobs. And, you never see the fruition of any of these jobs, literally. Bahar Mar has been pretty much hijacked by this government. We have 2,000 plus people that go directly to the bottom line of these unemployment figures as a direct result of the recklessness and the ineptitude of the Christie administration.
Butler Turner called on the Christie administration to embrace 21st century opportunities, suggesting the unemployment rate could be tackled if government focused more on creativity and entrepreneurial opportunities rather than anchor projects and providing hotel jobs. Reporting for NB12, I'm Dana Smith.
Over in Abaco, 2 people are dead and 2 others seriously injured following a traffic accident there. We're told there was a collision between the lone driver of a black Mercedes-Benz and a white Honda Civic with 5 people inside. Police say both were traveling along Don McKay Boulevard shortly after 12 a.m. when the accident occurred. Both cars were extensively damaged. EMS personnel were called to the scene and rendered medical assistance. 4 passengers of the white Honda Civic vehicle were seriously injured. 2 were later pronounced dead by doctors at the Morris Harbor Clinic, and 2 other passengers are listed in serious condition and were airlifted to New Providence for further medical attention. Police are actively investigating this matter. Well, this Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade will be the first time the new electronic judging system will be used. The tablet-based judging tool went through a test run last year but still used the standard paper judging. Silbert Ferguson, president of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, said during tomorrow night's Boxing Day Parade, the new electronic system will allow for quicker and more accurate results.
Great cadre of judges this year. We have 40 people who are going to be involved on the ground judging the parade. We anticipate that with the tablets, this is the first time that that's going to be the actual scoring device used. Okay, we have a backup written system, but once the judges are completed with their application in this parade, we should be ready to announce the results within the hour.
Last year's scores were added incorrectly and the wrong winner was announced for the Boxing Day Parade. Hours later, one family was named the rightful winner. This year, there is also prejudging. Ferguson said tomorrow at 3 p.m., groups will have their bigger pieces brought downtown, where judges will go through them one by one.
But now what we have done this year in the planning and preparation is to, first of all, have the prejudging at 3 p.m. Now that allows all of the big costumes to be in the arena already, okay? And so we are quite confident that once the prejudging is concluded at about 5:30, that those costumes will remain downtown, and we will be ready for a prompt 10 o'clock start.
And for those groups whose pieces are not ready for prejudging, Ferguson said they will automatically lose 40 of the overall 100 points. The music makers will be first out of the gates for the A category, followed by the Shell Saxon Superstars, then Prodigal Son, One Family, the Valley Boys, and then Roots.
The gates will be open at 8 p.m. That will allow all of our fans and valued customers to come and take their seats.
You're watching the best of Bahamian News. There is more when NB12 returns.